The Dene people are an aboriginal group of First Nations who inhabit the northern boreal and Arctic regions of Canada. The Dene speak Northern Athabaskan languages. Dene is the common Athabaskan word for people. The term Dene has two usages. More commonly, it is used narrowly to refer to the Athabaskan speakers of the Northwest Territories and Nunavut in Canada, especially including the Chipewyan, Tilico, Yellowknives, Slavey, and Saulteaux, but it is sometimes also used to refer to all Northern Athabaskan speakers, who are spread in a wide range all across Alaska and northern Canada. Note that Dene never includes the Pacific Coast Athabaskan or Southern Athabaskan speakers in the continental U.S., despite the fact that the term is used to denote the Athabaskan languages as a whole. The Southern Athabaskan speakers do, however, refer to themselves with similar words, Dene and Inde. Alexander Mackenzie described aspects of a number of northern Dene cultures in the late 18th century in his journal of his voyage down the Mackenzie River. Location: Dene are spread through a wide region. They live in the Mackenzie Valley, and can be found west of Nunavut. The homeland reaches to western Yukon, and the northern part of British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Alaska, and the southwestern United States. Dene were the first people to settle in what is now the Northwest Territories. In northern Canada, historically there were ethnic feuds between the Dene and the Inuit. In 1996, Dene and Inuit representatives participated in a healing ceremony to reconcile the centuries-old grievances. Betchoko, Northwest Territories is the largest Dene community in Canada. Ethnography: the Dene include five main groups: Chipewyan, living east of Great Slave Lake, and including the Sayasi Dene living at Tadoule Lake, Manitoba; Tilico, living between Great Slave and Great Bear Lakes; Yellowknives, living north of Great Slave Lake; Slavey, the North Slavey, including the Locus, Nafahani, and Bear Lake peoples living along the Mackenzie River near Great Bear Lake; the South Slavey, southwest of Great Slave Lake and into Alberta and British Columbia; Saulteaux, including the Locus, Nafahani, and Bear Lake peoples in the central NWT. Although the above-named groups are what the term Dene usually refers to in modern usage, other groups who consider themselves Dene include Tsuut'ina, aka the Sarsi, currently located near Calgary, Alberta; the Beaver people of northeastern British Columbia and neighboring regions of northwestern Alberta; the Tahltan, Kaska, and Sekani people of the northern interior of British Columbia. Another group in this region, the Tsetsaut people, lived in the Portland Canal area of the northernmost BC coast near the border with Alaska. They are now extinct. The Dakel peoples of the northern and central interior of British Columbia, and the subgroup the Wet'suwet'en, the Silkuon people of the eponymous Chilcotin district of the central interior of British Columbia. The extinct Nicola Athapaskans, aka the Stoics, migrated south from northern BC into the Nicola Valley region in the late 18th century and were absorbed into the Nicola people, an alliance of Nyakapamic and Okanagan peoples. The Gwich'in and Tanana and other peoples of Yukon and Alaska are also considered to be Dene, which is to say part of the family of Athapaskan-speaking peoples. In 2005, elders from the Dene people decided to join the Unrepresented Nations and Peoples Organization seeking recognition for their ancestral cultural and land rights. The largest population of Denishiline speakers live in the northern Saskatchewan village of La Loche and the adjoining Clearwater River Dene Nation. In 2011 the combined population was 3,389 people. The Denishiline language is spoken by 89% of the residents. Notable Dean, Thanadeltha, a woman of the Chipewyan nation, a guide and interpreter, who was instrumental in forging a peace agreement between the Chipewyan and the Cree people. Paul Andrew, journalist and National Aboriginal Achievement Award recipient. Ethel Blondin Andrew, a former MP for Western Arctic. Leela Gilday, Canadian folk singer, Juno winner. Jimmy Herman, actor, Dances with Wolves. Matt Nabi, guide for Samuel Hearn's expedition to the Coppermine River. Tamo Penekit, actor, Battlestar Galactica and Dollhouse. Eric Schweig, actor, The Last of the Mohicans. Trivia. Lynx River, the fictional town on the Canadian television series North of 60, was a Slavey Dean community.